Good morning, or afternoon, or night. I'm filming right when I wake up, so good morning and welcome to Money Mondays. Today's Money Monday might go up on Tuesday. If it's actually up on Monday, just know I grinded to get it up today, but it might go up on Tuesday. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about all about my money. We're going to take a look into my accounts. We're going to look how much we have invested in savings and in debt. Before we get right into it, just a little intro about myself. I am a 26-year-old master's graduate. I just got a job after being employed for 6 months, and this is my first corporate job and my first big girl job. I've had internships, I have part-time jobs. This will be my first big girl job, so some of these numbers might not be great, but I'm sharing this not to brag or have someone compare themselves to me, but just have a true, realistic look into finances when you're in your mid-20s and you just had your first job, and just kind of, doing data points of what someone in this stage of their life may look like. Alrighty, so excuse the lighting. I'm right in front of a window, so it might be funky shadows, but we're gonna work with what we got. First, in my savings, we have $8,617.37. So this is my emergency fund, which is only $1,000 right now, plus all my sinking funds or things I'm saving up for. So not all of this is just savings, but this is sinking funds. So purchases I'll know I need to make in the future. For example, Christmas gifts. I know that's coming up, so I've been putting money away for that. So this is just an amalgamation of a bunch of different savings. A lot of this is meant to be spent at some point. Really, it's not like a great kind of emergency fund right now, but that's what I have in my savings account. At one point, I was much better off when I was actually still on my part-time job, still in school. I had over $10,000 in there that had no use, but unfortunately, I don't know how to really explain this. When I first got my very first job at like 16 or 17, my dad made me put away half of my paychecks into my savings. I know some parents do something similar in terms of making their kid pay rent and then actually just give the money back when they turn a certain age. My dad didn't want to do that whole rent paying situation, so he just said, do whatever you want with the half of your money. For the other half, you have to put into savings. And he would check every now and then to make sure it's always going up, but he never really did the math. So sometimes I wouldn't put in 50%, but for the most part, I always put a good chunk of my paychecks each month into savings. So I had over $10,000 throughout all of my part-time jobs and internships and all of that. And then COVID hit, and my dad was really into his investing. He's like, oh, this is the perfect time to buy into the market. My dad forced me to put all of my savings into a stock, not even like a mutual fund or like a VOO. He bought into this stock, and at the time it was like $1.90, which is actually really high for it. He bought into a stock that was at the highest price it's ever been. Like, this stock has gone up and down throughout its lifetime, really low at some points, like 20 cents, but sometimes it could reach like $1. He chose to buy into it when it was the highest price it's ever been within COVID. And now looking back at it, I'm like, why would I should have fought against this. But I was just a younger girl who had no idea about stocks, no idea about investing, no idea about personal finance. And I just listened to my dad because he even gave a disclaimer. He said, if this company, if you lose all your money, in terms of if this company like closes down and you lose all your money, he'll pay me back. But then now I realized, what if this company never closes down, but the stocks never go back up? He won't pay me back because he'll always say that there's still a chance, there's still a chance. I don't want to say that's why it's so low, because still $8,000 plus is a lot, and some people don't even have that. But for me, it's lower than what I'm used to, and I should definitely have more if I hadn't done that. And I would have a fully fledged emergency fund of $10,000. That is one of my goals, and I could have it, or I could have had it if I had not done that. But now that we're talking about it, let's go into the investments. Right now I have investments of $3,470.04. I'll say about 1,500 of that are like brokerage, regular stocks like the CYDRI that I talked about. And I also have like Coke stocks and JP Morgan stocks, things like that. So it went from $10,000 to about 1,500. I don't know the exact number, but it's around 1,500, maybe like 1,700. Plus, I have put in more money other than that $10,000. I will say that, like I mentioned, it is pretty variable. Throughout the years, I've seen it go up, I've seen it go down. So I think if I wait it out, I can definitely get my money back. I wouldn't say I might be able to make money, but I will say that I could probably get my money back. So let's just hope for that. And I know stocks are a long-term game. The longer you keep it in, the more money you can possibly get back. And so I don't want to complain too much or think I don't want to complain too much about it or linger on it, but that's what it is. Anyways, 1700-ish around my own brokerage or like personal type of investments, and then the rest of that is in Roth IRA and a rollover IRA as well. And I do have a 5% of my paychecks from my new job going into another 401k. That just has not gotten into effect yet. And then in terms of debt, I have $13,890.93. Sorry, I was looking. I had to look at the number. But that much in debt. I think that puts me at a negative net worth, but what can I do? But I do have a plan and goal of paying this off this year. Hopefully, we can actually get that goal. And that is a look into my accounts, my investments, my savings, and my debt at 26 and working her first big girl job. That's this portion. Now, since it is Money Mondays and I do like doing the whole Transfer Tuesday type of vibe, if you guys know what that is, it's just a day to put what you can towards your goals, whether it be paying off debt or making an emergency fund, invest in whatever personal finance goals you have, just putting whatever you can, even if it's $1. Since my goal right now is paying off debt, I like making one big lump sum at the end of the month so I can just save up. So for now, I will just tell you guys how much I have in my budget that I have put away towards an extra payment. So I already have the minimum payments for this debt set aside, which is $160.10. But let me pull up how much I have extra going towards it so far. And right now I have an extra payment of $2,118.82. So my goal for every month is to pay an extra $2,000 to $2,200. $2,200 is ideal since that's the amount that will get me to pay off my debt by the end of 2024, so December 2024. But my goal is more like 2,000. That's more realistic for me. So if there's any rollover, if I get any extra money, I try to put that towards my debt. So that's how much I have so far, and it's only July 1st. So I'm pretty good on this month, and I will probably hit that two, but I won't be paying it quite yet. As I mentioned, I like doing it at the end of the month. So that is this video. I hope you guys enjoyed or took away something from taking a look into my accounts and seeing what it looks like for me as a 26-year-old, freshly master's graduate who just got her first job. Just as another reminder, not bragging at all, just sharing with you guys in the next one.